Got it set up.
Guys, so I was telling my viewers that we're going to be doing some tuning today.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna load the stage 2 tune from you, and kind of go from there and just kind of go through the process. So I'll let you take the lead. If you could just tell me what we need. I mean, right now I've got the laptop set up. I got my VCBS cable in there. So what do we do?
All right, first step, do you have TeamViewer installed? All right, we are up.
And the Nefmoto software. So what can I roughly expect from a stage 2 tune? Like, what's the average horsepower, torque gains from it?
Yeah, my car made 274 horse and 340 torque on the dyno on 91 octane when I was stage 2, and that was pretty much with all the bolt-ons, stock intercooler still, downpipes, exhaust, intake, diverter valves, pretty much all the stuff you need for stage 2. So on 93 octane, which you have out there, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So and that's what your tune's gonna be set up for. On 93 octane, it'll be roughly like 280 to 290 wheel horse and about 350 to 360 torque in like optimal conditions with good intake air temp and ambient temp. Because the cooler the ambient temp is and your intake temp, then the more power you're gonna make. That's just kind of how it goes. And do you have stock intercoolers?
I have stock intercoolers right now.
Okay.
But everything else has been done. I have downpipes, intake downpipes, and all the bolt-ons. So what kind of spark plugs do you recommend that I should be running?
So yeah, spark plug. That's a great question, actually. Spark plugs, I like to recommend either the BKR7Es, which are the copper core ones. They last, anywhere between 5 and 10,000 miles, or the BKR7EIX, which is going to be the iridium version, and those will last about 40,000 miles. So either one of those, and it's going to be a heat range colder than the stock plugs, because the stock plugs are around at the 6 heat range, and these are going to be 7s. So they're going to be a colder plug, and they're better for detonation preventiveness, because with a colder plug, you don't have that as hot a spark. So that's good for boosted, adding more power, that kind of stuff, more boost. And then with stock ignition coils, you're gonna want to gap them to 0.028. Or sorry, with stock coils, you're gonna want to gap them to 0.024, because the stock coils have a hard time bridging the bigger gap. So if you gap them down, you get a better burn, and you don't break up and boost, which can happen. But with the TSI, FSI coil conversions, you can run 0.028. So you can run a little bigger gap, because the spark is a little stronger with those coils. Stock coils are great, and stock coils are tried and true. They work really, really good when everything's working. ICM's working, their coils are working. But with the price of stuff, it's almost cheaper just to do the upgrade kit when you have to replace an ICM or coils and that kind of stuff. So that's why a lot of people go that route, and it eliminates the ICMs, ignition control modules, because that's kind of a prone failure to those. So.
Yeah, I ran into that issue not too long ago. I was actually headed to a car show, and I blew one of the stock coils, and I didn't have a stock coil on me, and no one had one anywhere near.
Oh,
so
man.
What I ended up doing, I had to link the car back home, because we have a show up in Helen, Georgia, not too far away from here, in the spring. And, of course, that ruined my week, because I couldn't get a stock coil here. So I ended up doing the upgrade and plugs at the same time, and the car's been running pretty good there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to some more power. Who doesn't like more power?
Exactly. Yeah, more power is always a good thing. So do you have the cable? Looks like you have the cable plugged in. That's good. Actually, let's set up your memory layout first, because that always pulls that up. So for the memory layout, we're going to use the 29F800BB, which is it's the BB. It's the memory layout for the ME71 ECU that's used in the S4s. And then we're going to choose your flash file, which should be on your desktop. And it's going to be this one. And then for maximum baud, we're going to change the baud rate to 57,600. All right, is the key on right now?
No, I can turn it on right now or put it into the on position.
Yeah, don't start it, just key on, engine off.
Okay.
And we're going to full right flash. So keys on, everything's ready to go, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So we're going to start the flash. All right, full right flash. And it should begin. We'll start seeing 1%, 2%. There we go. And it'll just start counting up until it gets to 100%. So once we get to 100%, we're going to cycle the key off for 20 seconds. Then you cycle it back on. You turn it back on. No engine start for 20 seconds. And then key back off. And then we can start it. I always like to do 2 key cycles. That kind of reboots the ECU twice. And if anything weird happens, we'll know right away. You know, if like say a checksum was weird or something happened with the flash, the car will start and then die, or it'll just crank and not start. And what I like that because it's not gonna leave you stranded somewhere. If we do the 1 key cycle and you go drive it and you turn the key off, then it won't restart and then we'll be in bigger trouble, you know, because you'll be stranded somewhere. So at least with the 2 key cycles, we'll know right away if something happened, and then we can either reflash or, you know, boot mode, that kind of stuff down the road. So it's just something that I like to do, and it kind of saves people from getting stranded places. So at least you're at your house, and you know you're not somewhere where you're far away. So
Yeah, I'm home. I'm here in the garage, my messy garage. So
no, it's all good. You don't even want to see mine right now. that's for sure.
So roughly, how long does it take to flash the software?
Usually about 5 minutes. Sometimes it's a little faster. Sometimes it's 4. It just, you know, it depends on the laptop. So if the laptop is really fast and has a really fast processor, it'll cycle through the flash pretty quickly. But a lot of the times it takes about 5 minutes to do. So, yeah, it's not crazy. Some of the newer ECUs can take up to 20 minutes, depending on which car it is. Like the B7 RS4 takes about 26 minutes per ECU to flash, and there's 2 ECUs in that car. So that's a long flash process for sure. But yeah, the all the ME7-1 and even the ME7-5, which is the 1.8T ECU that's in like the Mark IV GTI Jettas, that kind of stuff, that takes about the same to flash. So not too bad. You also want to make sure that you have really good battery voltage. I kind of skimmed over that earlier, but your battery voltage, you want to be above 12 volts. A lot of the times it's a good idea to put a battery tender or charger on it, but the S4 battery is a big capacity battery usually. Sometimes if you replace the battery with an aftermarket one and it's not the full capacity, sometimes you can get into trouble where the voltage drops a little low. But a lot of the times you can have the key on for, 45 minutes or so before voltage really starts to kind of to drop down below the 11.5 range. So that's always something good.
Running before just to so I warmed it up just to let it make sure it was fully charged.
Sure.
A while ago.
What all do you have done?
So got the 034 X34 intake on it.
Great one.
The car came with downpipes, diverter valves, just the basic stuff that would already kind of lead to a stage 2. So downpipes, some kind of custom. I go custom exhaust. It's ugly at the moment, so eventually it will be redone as part of my whole rebuild that I'm doing little by little on this car.
Nice.
And this thing has come a long way. I've had it for about 2.5 years, and when I got it, it was just leaking everywhere. So I did a full timing bow, water pump, thermostat, every seal that I can get my hands on was done. So it's really more about bringing it back to life and making it sound fantastic.
Sure.
So, these cars already sound really good to begin with.
Yeah.
But, just trying to get it a little bit better. And, just hearing your car in person is just, I was sold. I was sold right away. So it definitely was something special. But, just the basic mods right now. More mods definitely to come. And, of course, once we do go larger turbo, I already know where I'm coming for 2 years.
Dude, yeah, man, that's awesome. No, yeah, turbos make such a huge difference on our cars, even just KO4s. Like, you know, the KO3s are great for low end torque and like quick spool, which is really fun. I mean, stage 2 is really fun, but you know that carrying of the boost up top, you know, continuation is really where like the freeway fun happens, you know, like with K24s like I have. I mean, they hold boost and power all the way through the power band, so you know, third, fourth, fifth gear on the freeway, it's just super fun. So it's awesome.
Yeah, I've been watching your videos for a while, and I'm just like, man, that sounds insane. And then seeing the flames come out. One thing I really liked is when you did the rear wheel drive conversion for a little while on it.
Yep.
That was it was sick. You know, it left me speechless. I'm like, man, this is wild.
It was fun. I'm glad I did it, but it drives so much better all-wheel drive. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like it really does drive well, really good all-wheel drive. But the rear-wheel drive was fun. That was very fun to do, and it was just a thing that I was like, you know what, why not? Like, I'll give it a shot. And I had it on the car. It was like a little over a year. I mean, I daily drove it for a while, rear-wheel drive. So, I mean, it was cool. But all right, so the flash is done. So I'm gonna click OK, and then it should disconnect. So now you can turn the key off for 20 seconds. Go ahead and turn it on.
All right. All right. She's back on after 20 seconds of being off.
All right. Then you can go ahead and turn it off and then start it up.
All right. She's off. So I don't have to wait another 20 seconds, right?
Nope.
Go ahead and
Yep.
Start it up.
Yep.
All right.
You can start it up.
You might not see me for a second.
All good.
All right. So I went ahead and started her. So
Sounds good. So yeah, I just I opened VCDS, and then we're gonna clear the fault codes, which there's just the one for terminal 30, and that's always what pops up when you flash. So we're gonna clear that real quick, and then we're gonna go and check some measured values here. I usually do 2, 33, and then 32, which 32 probably won't even adjust. But so basically, block 2 is going to give us our mass airflow sensor readings and load, and then engine RPM, injector timing. So usually you want to see in the 4 to 5 range at idle for your grams per second on your mass airflow, about 20% on engine load. And then our fuel trims are going to hover right around 0 once things start to adjust and you know, everything's up to operating temperature. Block 32 is a adaptation value, so that's going to be the adapted fuel trims from block 33. So if you're running a little lean, this first idle number in 32 is going to start going positive. So right now we're just a little rich, which is okay. And so eventually we should start seeing the idle for bank 2 start to go a negative, and that's going to adjust our bank 2 fuel trims right here. So you know, it usually takes a minute or two after the engine's been running to start adjusting. But your bank 1 looks really good. I mean, your bank 1 is hovering right close to 0. So bank 2 just might have a little bit of a rich condition. Not terrible. I mean, it's very minimal. So yeah, you're at 63 degrees coolant temp. So once coolant temp starts to get up a little higher, if you want to give it a couple revs just to make sure everything revs good, you don't have to go. Yeah, you don't have to go super high. Just a few revs.
no craziness. No going crazy.
Yeah, no, you don't want to go to 5,000 or 6,000. Just a few blips, you know. Totally fine. You're good.
Smells a little bad in my garage.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how it goes.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to take it out later on.
Awesome.
So that's something you know, I'm gonna have out after this video.
Awesome.
We'll see, you know, how it is, but I can already feel the difference just by tapping it a couple of times. It's got a little more of a growl to it already. So.
Yeah. It the pops and bangs are active in that tune. So if you end up too much or you're not a fan, we can change it and turn them off. That's totally fine. I set them up so it does have it. It has every option right now. So
Actually, I have a question about that. How do I actually get it to work?
So pops and bangs, you get your RPMs to 4,000 and then just let off the gas and just let it decel and it'll just it'll pop away and it'll do it above 2,500. So.
And now for the launch control or the two-step.
Two-step, you just you gotta be at operating temperature. So the engine's gotta be warmed up. Push the clutch in all the way to the floor and hold it. And then you just hold the gas all the way to the floor and RPMs will go about 4,000 and stop and it'll activate. You don't want to hold it for longer than 5 or 6 seconds though, because it really gets the exhaust manifolds and the turbine housings hot. So, you can hold it for, 5 or 6 seconds, then let off the gas or launch or whatever you want to do. But try not to just sit there and hold it because it's hard on the turbos for sure. And then the no lift. Yeah, right. And then for no lift shift, you got to be above 5,500 RPM. So if you get to above 5,500, you just keep your foot planted to the planted to the floor, 100% on the gas. Push the clutch in, shift as fast as you can to the next gear, and dump the clutch. So it takes some practice because not letting off the gas is something that's just weird. Like it's always been weird to me. Like you always want to let off the gas, but you just keep your foot planted on the gas, push the clutch in, shift really fast, and then let go of the clutch, and it'll activate. So
Nice. Yeah, I've always had questions on how it actually works or how you turn it on, so that's good to know. Hopefully I don't get into too much trouble.
Yeah, so your fuel trim's adjusted perfect. So we're like minus 1.7, you're minus 0.6. They're hovering right around 0, which is what we want. So everything looks great. You're good to go.
All right, so that's the tuning process, right?
That's it.
Tune. We're gonna go out and drive it, and do some first impressions. And I can't thank you enough for spending time. Going through everything, answering my questions.
Of course.
And, just making the tuning process easy. And it doesn't take much, and I'm sure, anyone with a B5, this is the process they're going to have to go through.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not hard at all, and it took maybe 30 minutes.
Yep.
Total. So it's not hard at all. But yeah, again, Brad from German Elite Tuning, thank you very much.
Thanks, John.
I'm going to put these guys down. And
you're very welcome. Hey, what for my viewers on my side, you got a YouTube channel, right? And then all your Instagram stuff. You wanna plug that here real quick?
Yes. YouTube is a Locos Garage, and Instagram is a Locos Garage also.
Awesome. I'll put that down there too.
And I'm definitely going to put a link in the description, linking your channel and your Instagram and TikTok as well.
Nice.
So,
yep, I got on there.
Definitely got some good TikToks there, and we're on TikTok as well at El Locos Garage. So,
awesome.
Brad, again, and I'm sure the guys watching my video, hopefully you guys got something out of this, and can see how easy the tuning process is.
For sure.
Thanks, Brad, and we'll talk.
No, you're very welcome. Yeah, it was great, great tuning with you, and good to see you guys. And I'm stoked to see the reaction video because it's fun. Yeah, stage 2 is very fun. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I bring the wife in the car also later on.
Oh yeah.
I'll just scare her a little bit.
Why not?
That's gonna be fun.
Great.
So, all right, thanks, guys.
Awesome, man, for sure. it.